Days of Our Lives, DOOL. Spoilers for Wednesday, December 18 promise some interesting developments in the land of Salem. Next, on Days of Our Lives. Two sisters are reunited, as someone has an epiphany about an ex, while a mom and dad get bad news. What drama will unfold during Wednesday's show? Time to dive right in. Days of Our Lives spoilers. Felicity Green learns the truth. Days spoilers for Wednesday, December 18 reveal that Felicity Green, Kennedy Garcia, will finally find out that Abigail Dimara is her thought-to-be dead sister, Kat Green, Anna Lynn McCord. From the sounds of it, the Greens may have a family reunion of sorts, as Mark Green, Jonah Robinson, is also slated for Wednesday's show. Will Felicity also learn the truth about her mom, Katharina Melianis Green, Susan Elana Mattis, still being alive too? Fans will have to tune in to find out. Days of Our Lives spoilers. Leo Stark's explosive revelation. Is Doug Williams III really a thief, and will the Hortons believe it? DOOL spoilers. Gabby Hernandez's Epiphany. Across town, DOOL spoilers for Wednesday, December 18 imply that Gabby Hernandez, Shuri Jimenez, will have an epiphany about J.J. Devereaux and Casey Moss. Does she realize she still might have feelings for her ex? The Days winter preview video hints that Gabby and J.J. will hook up at some point soon, so are these the beginning steps toward a J.J. Abai romantic reunion? Seems so. Days of Our Lives spoilers. J and J Devereaux get bad news. Speaking of J.J. Days spoilers for Wednesday's episode, note his parents Jack Devereaux and Matthew Ashford and Jennifer Horton Devereaux and Melissa Reeves need to brace themselves as Chad Di-Mera Billy Flynn gives them some bad news. Unfortunately, just as Clyde Weston James Ree was going to share the update on where Abigail Di-Mera at Marcy Miller could be, Katharina stormed in and shot him in the chest, which landed the villain in a coma. Sadly, it doesn't look like Chad, Jennifer, or Jack will get any resolution anytime soon. How will Jack and Jen react to this? And will they blame Kat? The soft hum of a piano echoed in the distance as Salem's winter sun began its descent, painting the town in hues of gold and pink. In the center of the Horton Square, Christmas lights twinkled prematurely, an odd mix of warmth and foreboding, hinting that not all would remain serene in the days to come. Sisters reunited at the Brady pub. Belle sat nursing a cup of coffee, her hands wrapped tightly around the mug as if drawing strength from its warmth. She glanced at her phone for the fifth time, the text from Sami still unread. "Late again," Belle muttered under her breath, shaking her head. Sami's promises often came with asterisks. Yet, Belle felt a pull stronger than her frustration today. Sami's return to Salem, after months of radio silence, had stirred something in her, a longing, perhaps, for the closeness they once shared as sisters. The pub door creaked open, letting in a gust of icy wind and a rush of familiar energy. Sami stood there, wrapped in a red coat, her blonde hair slightly disheveled. She exhaled sharply, scanning the room until her eyes landed on Belle. "Hey," Sami said, walking over, her voice tentative. "Hey," Belle replied, standing up. They stared at each other for a moment, the years of rivalry, betrayal, and heartbreak lingering in the space between them. But then, Sami dropped her bag and pulled Belle into a tight embrace. "I've missed you," Sami whispered, her voice trembling. Belle froze for a moment, caught off guard before returning the hug. "I've missed you too." The weight of their shared past began to lift, piece by piece. Whatever had brought Sami back to Salem, Belle realized, it wasn't just about the latest family drama. There was something deeper at play. Epiphany. Later that evening, the sisters walked through the square, their breath visible in the chilly air. They talked about everything and nothing: Sami's escapades in Europe, Belle's work as a lawyer, their kids. For once, there was no judgment, no competition. Just two sisters rediscovering the bond that had always been there beneath the surface. But as they passed the twinkling Christmas tree, Sami stopped abruptly, her expression darkening. "I need to tell you something," she said, her voice low. Belle raised an eyebrow. "That sounds ominous." "It's about EJ," Sami said, glancing around to make sure no one was listening. Belle sighed. "What now? Did he lie about another illegitimate child?" "No," Sami said, her tone serious. "It's worse than that." She hesitated, the words caught in her throat. But then, as if the weight of the secret was too much to bear, she confessed, "EJ's been hiding money, And not just any money, it's Dimera funds, and it's tied to some very dangerous people. Belle stared at her sister, trying to process the revelation. Sami, are you saying EJ is involved in something illegal again? Sami nodded, tears brimming in her eyes. I found out a few weeks ago. That's why I came back. I don't know what to do, Belle. I don't know how to protect my kids, or myself. Belle's mind raced. She wanted to be angry, to accuse Sami of dragging the family into another mess. But the vulnerability in her sister's eyes stopped her. Sami wasn't just the reckless schemer everyone painted her to be. She was also a mother, a woman trying to shield her loved ones from danger. We'll figure it out, Belle said firmly. You're not alone in this. Bad news. As the sisters hashed out a plan to confront EJ, neither noticed the man lurking in the shadows, his face obscured by a scarf and hat. He watched them closely, his hand resting on the phone in his pocket. After a moment, he turned and walked away, disappearing into the night. The next morning, Salem woke to chaos. At the Kiriakis mansion, Victor's long-lost diary had been anonymously delivered, its pages containing shocking secrets about his dealings with the Dimera family. At the same time, news broke that Stefan had been arrested for embezzlement, throwing the entire Dimera empire into turmoil. But for Sami and Belle, the bad news came more directly. As they sat in Belle's office, poring over legal documents, a knock on the door interrupted them. Come in, Belle called. The door open to reveal Sean, his face pale. You two need to come with me, he said. What's going on? Belle asked, her heart sinking. It's Marlena, Sean said. She's in the hospital, Sami gasped, her hand flying to her mouth. What happened? She collapsed at the house this morning, Sean explained. It looks like she had a stroke. The sisters rushed to the hospital, their earlier plans forgotten. In the sterile white room, Marlena lay unconscious, her face peaceful, but alarmingly pale. John sat by her side, his hands clasped around hers, his eyes red from crying. Sami and Belle stood frozen in the doorway, the sight of their mother so fragile shaking them to their core. She's stable, John said, his voice breaking. But the doctors say it's touch and go. Sami moved to Marlena's side, tears streaming down her face. Mom, it's me, she said softly. I'm here. Belle's here too. Belle joined her sister, taking Marlena's other hand. The sisters exchanged a look, unspoken words passing between them. Whatever had happened with EJ, with the Dimera funds, none of it mattered now. As the night wore on, the sisters stayed by their mother's side, their renewed bond serving as a source of strength. A glimmer of hope. The next day, Marlena stirred, her eyes fluttering open to find her daughters and John by her side. Mom. Sami cried, her relief palpable. Marlena smiled weakly. I'm not done yet, she whispered. The sisters laughed through their tears, their fears momentarily forgotten. In the days that followed, Marlena's condition improved, and the sisters found themselves leaning on each other more than ever. Sami even agreed to let Belle handle the EJ situation legally, promising to stay out of trouble for once. The drama in Salem had brought them closer instead of tearing them apart. And as they sat together in the square, watching the Christmas lights twinkle, they realized that no matter what challenges lay ahead, they would face them together, as sisters, as family. But in Salem, peace is always fleeting. In the shadows, the man who had been watching them made another call. They're on to us, he said, his voice low. But don't worry, they won't get far. And with that, the game continued, the stakes higher than ever. Would you like me to expand on any particular aspect of this story? Are you excited about Wednesday's show? Comment below. Don't forget to tune in to Mayor Saab Daily, so that you don't miss a moment of the drama, and stay tuned with us regularly by subscribing and following for the most up-to-date days in our lives and news.